Welcome to San Francisco City Hall. It's so nice to see so many faces here today. I'm Amanda Freed, Chief Assistant Treasurer, and you know what we're here about. You've all gotten the texts. You missed jury duty. The sheriff is coming. Click here to see an update on your package's tracking information. If you're young, you almost certainly know someone who's been scammed recently in a housing-related scam. And just this morning, just as we were getting ready today, the sheriff told me about a scam that's emerging as we speak today. Scammers are reaching out to families of incarcerated people here in San Francisco and across the Bay and Alameda, and telling them if you pay, your loved one will be released from jail today on an ankle monitor. Scams are everywhere. Sometimes they're just annoying, but too often they're life-changing. Today, San Francisco is taking a big step forward to protect San Franciscans. Thanks to a $3 million grant from JP Chase, we will be the first city to create a coordinated response to this growing epidemic. In a few minutes, you'll hear from Mayor Lurie, City Attorney David Chu, a representative from JP Chase, and from a San Franciscan who was targeted by a scam. I also want to acknowledge that joining us today are a number of elected officials and department heads. District Attorney Brooke Jenkins, Police Chief Derek Liu, Sheriff Paul Miyamoto, Kelly Dearman from the Department of Disability and Aging Services, Michael Maxman from the Department of Technology, and Rylan Keel from 311. And apologies if I missed, I see City Administrator Carmen Chu, and I think I saw Diane Ray in the back, our county clerk. So we're really joined here by the full complement of city family, which really speaks to what we're trying to build here today. And now it's my honor to introduce the person who has led this office and this fight for over 2 decades, Treasurer Jose Cisneros.
Thank you, Amanda. First of all, I'm very excited to be here today to share what we're going to do to fight back against scams. I want to acknowledge that our city family has been working hard to protect our residents. The Department of Technology has been fortifying city IT systems. The police take reports, and the city attorney and prosecutors go after the scammers. And yet, scams continue to rise, particularly scams pretending to be the government. In the Treasurer's office, we do 2 things that don't usually go together. We collect the city's taxes, and we turn that same authority into tools that help San Franciscans build savings, reduce debt, and protect themselves from predatory practices. A scam is exactly the kind of predatory practice, and that's why I'm so excited to lead this initiative. Local government has a role to play here that no one else can fill. According to the FBI, scams that impersonate a government agency, things like fake parking tickets or utility shutoff threats, jumped 87% last year alone. But guess what? San Franciscans trust their city government to clean their streets, to put out their fires, and to pick up the phone when they call for help. But scammers exploit that same trust. So let's turn that trust into action. Here's what we will do as part of StopScams SF. First, our free one-on-one financial counseling program will expand to help San Franciscans who have been scammed report the scam and take any available steps to recover their funds. Next, we will identify scams as they hit and provide clear warnings through local media and trusted community partners with multilingual alerts so scam warnings reach people in the languages they speak. And because this is a multi-year initiative, here's what we are building next. We'll scam-proof city communications and build a payment verification directory so any San Franciscan can check whether a city payment request is real. We'll push for policy reforms that close the loopholes scammers use, and we'll build a Stop Scams playbook so we can hand every tool we build here to other cities fighting the same fight. No American city has built this kind of coordinated response before. Our goal is to make sure San Francisco is not the last, and we're not doing it alone. Now, please join me in welcoming a leader whose support will make San Francisco a leader in the future, Mayor Daniel Lurie.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for being here on this incredibly important topic. Scams have become one of the fastest growing threats in our country. Every day, criminals target our neighbors through phone calls, text messages, email, and social media. One of those people is Jojo Raskin, a retired Sonoma State professor who is here with us today to share his story in hopes of helping others. Jojo lost thousands of dollars to a sophisticated, organized criminal network. And sadly, Jojo is not alone. Across the country, millions of people just like him are targeted. And last year alone, Americans lost $158 billion to fraud. Today, I am proud that San Francisco will be the first city in the country to build a coordinated response to scams with StopScams SF. This program creates a unified, citywide anti-scam infrastructure that combines financial counseling, public alert systems, and communications reforms under a single program. It is designed to protect residents from scams before they happen and then support them when they do. Public safety is my top priority. Every San Franciscan deserves to feel safe and to know their government is here for them. By reforming our fragmented system, we will help reduce scams and keep our residents safer. This is how we look out for our seniors, our young people, and all San Franciscans. I want to thank Treasurer Jose Cisneros, who played a key role in developing and leading this program. Thank you, Treasurer. This is a model for how cities respond to scams across the country. I also want to recognize the public safety leaders who are here, our sheriff, our police chief, our district attorney, who work every day to keep our residents safe and are helping us tackle this problem head on. Together, we will protect this city and the people who call it home. Thank you, and let's go San Francisco.
Thank you, Mayor Lurie. And now I want to turn things over to Jonah Raskin, also known as JoJo, Professor Emeritus at Sonoma State University, to share his story. Please welcome Jonah Raskin.
I always like to hear that San Francisco is the first place in the nation. I always like to hear that San Francisco is the first place in the nation to do something that benefits citizens. It's music to my ears. So we have the noun scammer, and we have the verb scammed. I don't think we yet have a noun to describe people who have been scammed, which includes me. It hurt to be scammed both emotionally and financially. I've told this story before. I will go on telling it in the hopes that it will stop scams. Yes, I'm a professor emeritus at Sonoma State University. I'm the author of 14 books. I've written biographies of Jack London, Allen Ginsberg, Abbie Hoffman. I live in a senior community here in San Francisco. In December 2024, I lost $30,000. Ouch. It started with an email. It was a message from a payment app about a purchase I had supposedly made. Normally, I would have deleted it, but I was afraid of losing money, so I called the number in the email. A man answered. He called himself Harry. He said he could help. He said I had been erroneously charged and he could fix it. But first, I had to go online to a site he provided and enter the amount I owed, $200. I did that. Then Harry told me I had put in too many zeros, that I had entered $20,000 instead of $200. And here was the problem. The kind of error, he said, couldn't be corrected online. The only way to fix it was to go to my bank, withdraw $20,000, and hand it over so it could be properly returned to my account. And a messenger showed up at the senior community where I lived, and I handed over the cash. What he said now sounds totally bogus, but I was too far gone down the rabbit hole to stop. Harry was a great actor, and I was in his clutches. I went to my bank and withdrew $20,000 in cash. The tellers all tried to stop me, but Harry had coached me on exactly what to say. I told the tellers I needed the money to buy my son a new Tesla. I walked out with the cash, put it in an envelope, and handed it to a stranger who arrived by car and gave me a password. Then Harry wanted more. I went to a second bank. A banker there would only let me withdraw $10,000. She saved me from losing more. Eventually, something snapped inside me. I told a friend. He told me I had been suckered. We went to the police that same day. I knew the money was gone forever. But what stayed with me, what was almost harder than the loss, was what one of the bankers said to me afterwards. At your age, it's not like you can get a job and earn back what you lost. Yes, I am a professor emeritus. I was thinking clearly, but it happened anyway. There are very sophisticated networks preying on people. Until now, there was very little place to turn. I say, beware the scam. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for trusting us with your story. Stories like this are exactly why we need partners across city government who can hold scammers accountable. Please welcome a person who will definitely help us do that, San Francisco City Attorney David Chu.
Thank you, Amanda. Good morning, San Francisco. Let me first start by thanking all of you for being the village that is helping to keep us safe. Being led by the longest-serving elected official in San Francisco, our great treasurer, who today is helping to launch, as the first city treasurer in the country, a groundbreaking program. We also want to thank Mayor Lurie and all of our city staff who are taking part in this. Of course, our partners in law enforcement, and we have our sheriff, our police chief, our DA, and I want to thank all the members of the community who are here, because it does take all of us to keep us safe. At a time when so many are struggling to get by, losing money to a scam can be catastrophic. The money that one needs for rent, for groceries, for medicine can be lost in a moment. This is devastating for seniors, for immigrant families, for young adults who are encountering financial systems for the first time. And we've all heard these horror stories of a sophisticated network of criminals who are impersonating trusted individuals and institutions, wiping out the life savings of our friends and our loved ones. These stories, as our good professor just shared, are not about lapses in judgment or what a victim could have or should have done. These are crimes that are committed by highly sophisticated networks that are evolving and adapting. Several years ago, my office teamed up with the Federal Trade Commission to ask the public to beware and to work with all of us to address scams. Today's initiative could not be more critical. StopScams SF will bring more resources to the fight to help San Franciscans keep their hard-earned money. An initiative that will give us all more visibility and earlier warning to help residents recognize a scam before it happens, to report it quickly, and to recover faster. My office is excited to continue our partnership with the Treasurer's Office to hold sophisticated repeat scammers accountable. All of our offices will be working together to identify patterns and egregious cases that could be ripe for lawsuits. Our office has a long track record of standing up to predatory actors, from payday lenders to fraudulent service providers. We secured a $1 million judgment against a company who impersonated government and scammed small businesses. We've held predatory notarios accountable, people who are scamming immigrant families in desperate need of legal advice. We currently have a lawsuit after consumers lost money on gift cards that they purchased. Scammers who impersonate local government, though, are among the most insidious of all and must be held accountable. So let me end with this. To anyone who has ever felt embarrassed or ashamed after being scammed, please don't. You are not alone. You were being targeted by criminals. Please report all suspicious activities. Together, we will make San Francisco a much harder place for criminals to scam. Thank you.
Thank you, City Attorney Chu. Protecting San Franciscans from scams takes partners well beyond city government. So with that in mind, please help me welcome Marisa Bell Torres, Vice President of Community Engagement from JP Morgan Chase.
Good morning. Thank you, Mayor Lurie and Treasurer Cisneros, for bringing us together today. I'm Marisa Bell Torres, and I lead community engagement in California. We're honored to represent our company as we celebrate the launch of StopScams SF. We're here because we've seen it firsthand. Scams don't just steal money, they steal peace of mind. And the fallout shows up in everyday choices: paying rent and bills, keeping a small business running, saving for school, and planning for retirement. That's why JP Morgan Chase recently announced nearly $14 million in philanthropic investments to help protect Americans from frauds and scams, supporting 7 organizations focused on consumer awareness and real-time prevention. I'm proud to share that $3 million of that investment is supporting StopScams SF. What stands out to us is that StopScams SF isn't a one-time awareness campaign. It's building an ecosystem: public channels, public messaging, real-time monitoring, and trusted reporting channels, so people can get faster help and scammers have fewer places to hide. We know that no single institution can solve this problem alone. Scammers move across platforms, neighborhoods, and jurisdictions, so prevention must move faster and stay connected. That means financial institutions partnering with city leaders, nonprofits, law enforcement, and community messengers that people already know and trust. I see the power of that trust building every day through our Chase community managers. They're neighbors helping neighbors through free financial education across the country and right here in San Francisco. StopScams SF brings that same on-the-ground strength from local government. Together, we can strengthen trust, share timely information, and help more San Franciscans protect what they've worked so hard to build. So today is both an announcement and a call to action. If you're a resident, talk about scams with your family and use the tools that StopScams SF is rolling out. If you're a community organization, help share alerts and resources through your own networks. And if you're in the private sector, coordinate, share signals, and support prevention at scale. JP Morgan Chase is honored to partner with the city on this work, and we're committed to doing our part. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I want to extend a special thank you to Jonah and to the many people with us here today who've shared their stories so that we can prevent the next wave of scams. I also want to just acknowledge in the audience today, we have so many incredible community partners who are helping us connect with people who've already been scammed in our city and helping us prevent the next round. First Place for Youth, Meta, SparkPoint, MyPath, Self-Help, La Raza, Swords to Plowshares, the YMCA, Unlock, Mission Language and Vocational School, Larkin Street Youth Services, the Interfaith Council, and Compass. And if I missed it, come find me after. I'd love to meet you. And thank you to our own financial counselors who sit with San Franciscans every day and are often the first to hear when something doesn't feel right. That's all. Thank you all for being here today. I want to invite you to a reception. After, if you'd like to stay, we'll have staff helping you find your way to the treasurer's office. And if everyone here who's part of Stop Scams SF wouldn't mind coming up and taking a quick picture, that's community partners, city agencies, staff. We really just want to honor the day. And for members of the media, if you'd like to have an interview with any of us or with the people who've been scammed, we'll find you right after. Thank you.